Hello everyone, welcome back to Southwest Wisconsin Metal Detecting. I'm Steve, nice to see you again. Today I've got the opportunity to detect yet another farmhouse. The owner said it's been there since the mid 1850s. It will be a bit windy today, it's up on a ridge, so I'm hoping to keep the wind noise down to a minimum. So bear with me there. It's getting to be fall here in Wisconsin. I have to get the detecting done while I can before the snow starts flying. So let's get to the first good beep. Well, I'm going to try to block the wind as best I can. It's pretty windy today. But my first good target is a weed scent. Very shallow in this yard. I'll get it cleaned up so we can get a date. Be right back. Well, the first coin today ended up being a 1945D weed scent. On to the next beep. Well, my next good target appears to be maybe a fire truck. Not quite sure. I'm gonna have to get her cleaned up. I'm hoping it's a Tootsie toy. Well, it did end up being a Tootsie toy. Can't quite read that maybe, but well, that's exciting. It's one of the bigger ones. On to the next beep. Well, that was fun. Out of this hole, I've got a coin here and a coin here. I think they look nickel size, but I will get them cleaned up. We'll get some better pictures. Be right back. Well, I was way off on the nickel size. They were pennies, wheat cents, 1947D, and I believe 52D. I'll get them cleaned up, get some better pictures. On to the next beat. Out of this plug, it may just be a crush washer or something, but it might be a ring. So I'm gonna get her cleaned up, see what we got. Be right back. I don't believe it is a ring. Looks like it's copper. So, on to the next beep. Found a little surface fine marble here. Don't know if that's old or new. On to the next beep. In this hole, I found a little 4-hole button. I think it's aluminum. I see some writing, so we're gonna get her brushed off, see what we got here. Be right back. Well, this is my second Glover quality advertising button I found this month. I know the patent date is 1924. I think it was PB Company, Patent Button Company. I believe it was in Dubuque, Iowa. How cool is that? On to the next beep. Wow, the wind is picking up to about 30 miles an hour today, so I apologize if you can hear that. But out of this hole, I think I found another wheat cent. Let's get her cleaned up and see what she is. She ended up being a 1955D. On to the next beep. Out of this hole, I believe I found another wheat cent. We'll see if I can get a date. Be right back. Well, they are getting a little earlier. This one's a 1929 Philadelphia. On to the next beep. Well, I got pretty excited when I finally got down to this big deep target. Looks like it's going to be a pretty cool buckle. I'll get her cleaned up. We'll see what she looks like. Well, this is fantastic. This is probably the find of the day right here so far. Huge old buckle. No fancy, but doesn't bother me any. On to the next beep. Out of this hole, it's metal. It kind of has a bell shape to it, but if that's a bell, I've never seen one like it. I'll get her cleaned up, see what it is. Be Be right back. Well, I have no idea what this was, but it does say Victor, and it says a patent. I think I see a 14 and maybe a 76. I'm gonna have to do some research on this, and maybe I'll find out what it is. On to the next beat. Out of this small hole, I found a harmonica reed bass. Pretty common thing to find here in southwest Wisconsin. On to the next beep. Out of this hole, I believe I have another wheat scent. I'll get her cleaned up, see if I get a date. Be right back. This wheat scent ended up being 1944D. On to the next beep. Wow, with all these wheat scents, I got 2 out of this hole. I would think I'd be getting on some silver here pretty soon. But I'll get them cleaned up, see what the dates are. Be right back. Well, they ended up being a 1936S and a 1942 Philadelphia. On to the next beep. I've said this before in my videos. The Wheaties keep coming. I'll get it cleaned up. See what year it is. Be right back. This one is 1941 Denver. On to the next beat. Out of this hole, I finally didn't get a wheat scent. I got an old razor. Looks really cool. I'm gonna get it cleaned up. We'll see what it looks like. Be right back. I just love digging relics like this. Pretty neat. I'm gonna do some research, find out how old this is. And we are on to the next beep. Had a pretty good screaming signal underneath this root next to this old stump, what's left of it, and it ended up being some type of bell. Whoops, wants to go back home. I'm gonna have to do a little research, see what kind of bell that was on. On to the next beat.